back there. It looks fine.
Sasha, you have to move.
Welcome back to Lost Cause Ranch.
Most of you know my junk is scattered in like 15 places. Trying to get it all here. And today we work on that. So we're gonna run over to one of the storage buildings and grab an old project. Kind of why this place is called the Lost Cause Ranch.
You stay back there. It looks fine. It's all good. We're not peeling the wheels off. Yep.
Why do I always have stuff that doesn't have steering? It's going great.
It's like the Risco Disco. Definitely don't need the parking brake. That side of the axle on the other side of it. Oh, that wheel's coming back on. Go.
Looks about like a lost cause process here. So currently sorting out a little bit of a lug nut situation we got going on here. Apparently when we stuffed that guy away years ago, didn't have any lug nuts up front, only one. Didn't have any more that size with us, so we just kind of drug it on. But we're back at the ranch. We'll get the front wheels a little more securely mounted, just a touch. Golden.
Got some cone washers.
This is harder than it should be.
Tight?
Now it's just the rest of the stuff that's loose. We're way good now. As you can see, proper lug nuts, proper wheel to the correct bolt pattern. No, it's not. But either way, we got 2 points of contact versus 1. So maybe the wheel will stay in the vicinity of the hub this time. No more Lightning McQueen. Sasha made it out to see what in the heck is going on. I get why she worries about me. Sasha. Sasha. You have to move. You have to move.
Safety guy's always in the way down there.
Come on, you gotta move. You're gonna get run over. She's a big help. Let's go. Don't be growling at me.
Fucking Harbor Freight.
Apparently it's too low to get in my off-road entrance to the shop, so we'll figure that out. This is why it's Land Rovers only. Frickin' American stuff. Pissing me off. But we were able to lock the steering earlier with a vice grip in there to limit the travel this way, and a nice Harbor Freight ratchet strap to pull the wheel that way. That's some MacGyver stuff.
Oh, under the wheel, okay. Yeah, because lifting that's not going to make a difference. Oh, yeah, roll over. Right, scrape.
Oh, we made it in.
Good?
Yeah. And our leftover mess isn't even that bad. So after a little bit of an ordeal, we have the C10 back in its little workspace. We'll explain this guy in just a minute, but we are really starting to get the little Land Rover shop and Chevy shop, but mainly Land Rover shop into functional order. And we're even fancying the place up with a little decoration. I bet you almost forgot we had that G4 Challenge that we're rebuilding as well. But mainly we have our little work area starting to get sorted out, and it's actually being used now. Laser is in place and functional once again. It is a tiny bit tight back here, but we do have a nice little fab area now. Need to build a stand for the tube bender, but the big compressor is back in place and getting wired up today. Welders are there. Little mill is there. Got the drill press and the lathe, along with the finger brake and the cute little mitering bandsaw. It's a mini machine shop, but it's been long awaited to have the shop in the functional order it is. And now we have the two current projects, both Chevy powered, back here, spaced out, in position for some work to happen. You all know about the LS3 Defender, but we also have the 68 C10. We've only had it for 12 years. So after a decade or so of this thing sitting in storage, I think it's time to get it back on the road. Ted and I purchased this as an incomplete project, similar to the way it looks now. I have a tendency to buy too many incomplete projects and then they become lost causes. But we're gonna fix that. Previous gentleman did a massive C-notch on the frame and put a couple airbags in there. But I am currently in the process of switching that back over to a coil spring suspension. We have the front subframe tacked into place, swapping it over to rack and pinion steering. But the next step on this project is to get rid of this massive C-notch that was installed. As you can see, it is sitting pretty low right now. And look at the amount of space that is still left for that axle to travel up. It's almost like it was planned for tucking 24s when it was all laid out, but we have no need for that here. We're gonna make a much milder C-notch there, switch the rear to coil, put a panhard bar back on it, maybe remake the factory trailing arms, but just a nice, simple, clean setup. We'll have a much more usable bed without this 10-inch C-notch, so that'll be nice. So on this guy, we'll brace the frame up, chop that off, get that sorted out. Then I can kind of lay everything out, make sure our front suspension is sitting where we need it. Then use the welders and get it all dialed back in. This is a pretty clean little short box Chevy. Got a 327 V8. We're gonna keep that, probably do a Holly Sniper. We have some very minor rust repair to do above the fuel fill and just in the cowl there. Other than that, super clean truck, so it is a good starting point. So we're gonna tag team these two projects together. We'll be able to bounce back and forth, so we always have something to accomplish while we're waiting on parts for either of them. Next video, we're finally gonna be working on some stuff again that isn't the shop. Back to building trucks. The height difference of the two is kind of comical. With that being said, appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you subscribing. Defender and C10 work on the next video because we have a fully functioning shop. How exciting.